G'day, Josh here, and we have another Chess Rush patch that has hit. It is a balancing patch. You can view it in the announcement section, but I'm actually going to jump across to Twitter to read through it here, as there is a touch more information here as well, which we'll get to as we read through this. So here is a rebalancing update. We are also working to improve squad clash, and this is a bit that I want to touch on. We plan to add a system that takes control of your teammates when they are disconnected, and a temporary suspension will be put on players leaving squad clash too often. So that is fantastic news, because those of you that have been playing squad clash like I have, I've been loving it. DCs, disconnections are definitely an issue. Opponents leaving halfway through the match or beginning of the match, and it just ruins the game for everyone. So I'm really glad that they're addressing that. Now, if we look at each of the patch notes, some of the rebalancing details, the odds of finding a legendary at level 9 has been decreased from 3% to 2.5%. That was recently increased from 2 to 3% in a patch a little while ago. So that's just slightly bringing it back down, which mainly affects cyborg engineers, as they rely on finding one of those two legendary cyborg engineers to reach their full combos. So the cyborg engineers definitely got hit a little bit by that. Lightbringer has had her damage changed to 600, 900, 1200 plus 200, 300, 400, depending on the amount of time spent charging her ability up. Now, I don't actually know whether that is an increase or a decrease in overall damage. So if anyone can remember Lightbringer's old stats, please let me know in the comments down below. We can figure out whether that is actually a buff or a nerf. Starhorn has had her silence is now going to last a little bit longer, 3 seconds. I think it was around 1.4 seconds from memory. Once again, not 100% sure on the previous time. It was definitely less than 3 seconds though, so that buff is quite nice, and each second deals 250, 375 or 500 damage depending on her star rating. Fire Fur, another furry with a slight buff here. His HP has been increased to 2200 from 1900, and armor has been increased by 5 as well. Ground Smasher and Bionic Ninja have both had slight nerfs in that their ability, or Ground Smasher's ability damage, has been decreased, and Bionic Ninja's max attack damage has also been decreased as well. So both of those slight damage decreases to nerf a couple of the cyborg engineers there. So they've also had another slight hit there. Then the Assassins combo, the critical chance with 6 Assassins has been decreased to 25% from 30%. So with the hit to Bionic Ninja and the Assassin combo, and a little bit further down on this screenshot, you can see Sword Dancer getting a nerf as well. Assassins have had a couple of things that have slightly affected their power output. They're no longer quite as good as they were. I think they'll still be very good, but just not quite as good. General Puffer has had his armor reduction changed to 50, 75, and that's a typo. It should be 100, and it was 75, 150, and 225. Now, his cooldown is only 3 seconds, so I don't mind that change at all, because he was actually very, very strong, being able to deal that much percent of damage and armor reduction that regularly was quite OP. Now, this is a big one. Sword Dancer is definitely a broken hero. Her mana regeneration has been reduced by 30% when her shield is active. So that is quite big, because often she would get her shield up, and then by the time you finally got her shield down, her mana would have been refilled and it would proc another shield, and that would be really, really frustrating. And that is the final patch note. We'll just jump back into the game and quickly scan through to make sure there were no discrepancies. You can see there Lightbringer, the legendary odds, Starhorn, Fire Fur, Ground Smasher, Bionic Ninja, the Assassins combo, General Puffer, and Sword Dance. So that basically covers all of the rebalancing patch notes. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the best and the worst changes are, whether there's any that affect some of your favorite lineups. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content.